My father was one of these people, and he taught me very well because of it to, measure twice, cut once. Well, when it comes to especially small stuff, I will take and measure 4 or 5 times, fit it 4 or 5 times, then cut it. And as you saw right there, that's exactly what I just did. I double checked that. It's like the 4th time or 5th time to make sure that panel was going to fit right. Time to glue. I've got my Tamiya extra thin fast set, and I'll put it on the firewall that's prepped and ready to go. I'm only going to put it on about half of it. Now, reason being is because this way I can go ahead, make sure, I get it on exactly where it needs to be. And then you're going to see here in a second, I'm going to go ahead, once I get that one side set and pressed in, I'm going to be able to go ahead and lift up the other edge and go ahead and put the adhesive underneath it. See what I was talking about. Now I can go ahead and, and I'm going to get my adhesive, open back up. Here we go. I spread it open enough to go ahead and get the adhesive underneath it. And then I'm going to press it down, just like I did the other side, really nice and tight, and hold it. This is another great reason why I love this extra thin. Because I went around the top edge there you saw, now I'm going around the edges of where the old firewall is, and it'll just get right in there, and I mean it will seal that right directly to that area. Now I'm just taking my knife here with a new blade, and I'm going to real gently, I'm not taking much off, just gently shave it at a little bit of an angle, just to go ahead to make sure that it'll be flush with the top of of the old firewall, and it'll fit there just perfectly. So you can see I'm just taking a little bit off. It's a lot easier to remove than it is to add. That's why I always make it just a fraction larger whenever I work on something. That right there is a 180 stick, and I'm just doing a I'm barely putting any pressure on it whatsoever. And you can see it's at about a 45-degree angle to make it nice and smooth and flush. grabbed up the 80 grit again just to make sure that the inner area right there, the fender areas, are really nice and level and smooth. I can probably bet right now there's quite a few people that are watching it probably going, 80 grit? Are you insane? That's a model. Well, gotta remember, I'm putting panels over this, so honestly, it really doesn't matter. It's going to give it just something really good for the panels to stick to. Now again, here I am. I got my tape, but this time I'm now going to go to the inside of the fender area. This way I can go ahead and with that inner ridge I can come right to the top. And there you see I'm using the sanding stick to press it down in there right along the edge real good, because if I were to take and use the tape the opposite direction, well, it gets to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to see your marking. This way I can get down in there, get the whole thing, and you'll see I'm going to tighten it up here real good, but I can see my wheel markings because that's the top of the tape, not the inside, the sticky area. What's nice is this one template will work perfect for both sides. I mean, think about it. That way it makes them they'll be mirrors to each other. Take my handy dandy scissors here, and I'm going to go ahead now and very, very carefully take and start slowly but surely, cutting around the inside. And yeah, it's a little more difficult when you're cutting with the sticky side up, but I'm going to go ahead and I can be able to finish off here a little bit better. That's why I'm flipping this over. Now I'm going to cut the end of it off right there, boom, and then take and I'm going to start from the other direction, cutting in. So when I'm done, it'll be nice and just exactly what I need for making a template. Again, it's the, hey, let's measure it again and double check it to make sure it looks good concept. once you get your template back on, then all you gotta do is just take and mark it, the outer edges there, the perimeter, with your fine, marker like I got there. And you notice how it's not going all the way to the edge of the styrene. Well, I've got a simple reasoning behind for that, and what that is this. I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to need to go under that fender yet, not until I start fitting the piece in place. Don't forget, I gotta still add the radiator and radiator core support. If you do this very, very slowly and very carefully, you can get a really nicely rounded edge. Once I get this cut out fully and get it measured, make sure it looks good, I'm going to go ahead and use that template there for the other side, and then I'm going to glue them up, and poof, inside is finished and smooth.